Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome back to a new video. In today's video we're gonna be installing a carbon fiber steering wheel that I did for my V70R. So I already have the OEM one out of the car. I took the time to do a full 07 swap, as in a facelift. So I installed the vents with the small gray accents. I have the flasher and the wiper arm as well on the small roller. And same thing goes for the other vents, and also the steering button, the steering wheel button that also have the small gray accents on them. So I'm gonna be installing this. So I'm gonna take the time to fully show you how to completely disassemble one. Actually, I'm gonna show you how to assemble one, but to disassemble one will be the opposite steps pretty much. It's super easy, a small couple torque bolts, nothing complicated. Obviously small plasticky parts are super fragile, so you do need to keep that in mind. And I'm gonna show you a couple B-rolls of the steering wheel that I made. If you want one, you can feel free to reach out. I'm gonna link my Instagram below. I also offer airbag covers, so Alcantara, Napa, perforated leather, different colors of Alcantara, different colors of leather as well, all the stitching colors with or without the SRS airbag and horn logos, fully customizable. Same goes for the steering wheel. Turn it up. So that's the OEM steering wheel that was in my car. So you can see on the side it was starting to become really worn and everything. So also I wanted a more sporty feeling while driving, and just the overall carbon fiber look as well. So first step, to remove the airbag, you need to understand that whenever it's on the car, you need to rotate it first to the right or to the left, doesn't really matter which one you choose first. And in the back here, you can see that small hole. So you need to take a small screwdriver, either flathead, it doesn't really matter what kind, but just a small one that fits and has enough enough free space to play around and squeeze the pin on the inside. So you need to put the pin and then slide down that way. Same goes for here. And then you recenter the wheel. You take out the key and make sure it's locked, obviously, so that way whenever you take out the center bolt here, you won't need to realign the whole car and everything, and it's gonna be centered to the hub. Also, make sure whenever you're taking out all the interior pins, the connectors and everything, just use a small flathead screwdriver so you can take the tension off the pin and then slide it out instead of pulling on the wires. Same goes for the airbag, and obviously it goes without saying that you should always disconnect the battery before doing any kind of work with airbags and whatnot. So this should give you a better look. To take this one out, so the inside core from the whole wheel, you need to unscrew these 3 torque bolts. And behind it, you can see how it's actually made. So here, whenever you put the screwdriver, like I told you, you're pushing that pin down. So the airbag pin that's inside of it will just simply pop out, since there's springs here and then there's tension on it. Now, to change your buttons, obviously, so if you have the buttons already installed on the car and you want to change them for either the full 07, if you want to simply maintain them, clean them, I don't know, just a replacement, I'm gonna show you super straightforward. So you have a super small bolt here, should look like this one. If it focuses, there you go. So it's a small Torx, it's one of the smallest I actually have in my tools. It goes in here, and to finally remove it, so you see here there's a small pin that holds the whole thing. So it's unbolted, it's unscrewed, here, but you see there's still play with it, and you need to push this clip down so you can slide this up. So I go from underneath here, like that. So from underneath the whole thing, just push it up. And it simply slides. Be careful, there's a connector obviously here for all the buttons. Again, use a small flathead so you can unscrew this, and be careful since there's not much play in it, so it's easy to actually damage the wires. And then here it is. So that would be with the 07 buttons with their silver trims. It goes without saying that putting these back on is simply the opposite steps. So one thing I would advise you guys to do is to slide the buttons on, screw them on, and then plug the wires. Since the wires barely have any play in them, it's actually a bit harder to plug them and then install them. It's better to have them bolted and not moving around, and then putting the connectors in. So now we're gonna be putting everything back in the steering wheel. Super easy. Just put all of it inside, it slides perfectly, and then I'm gonna try and angle it for you guys. There we go, that way here. And you simply screw these 3 torque bolts, and make sure you also have the small bolt here for the ground. That ground goes in the small hole over there, and that's all you need to do that. After that, it would be on the car, and obviously I'm going to show you how to do it. Simply make sure that you align the splines with the inside. Make sure you don't break the SAS steering sensor here. With the airbag connectors, make sure this isn't trapped anywhere, and then just push down the airbag, and that's it. So here it is, fully installed. I'm just going to turn on the light. You can see all the different details too. There you go, just focus on it. I honestly couldn't be more pleased. That was my very first carbon fiber wheel attempt that I've ever done. So there's some small defects that are kind of hard to see. Obviously I know them since I made the wheel. I actually started doing this one back in January, and I just finished it a couple of weeks ago, and we're now in June because I would prioritize all of my customers' work obviously. So I'm gonna thank you guys for being so supportive lately on Instagram too, with my new Instagram account for all my carbon fiber stuff. And you've been also super supportive on my car page as well, Mechanism. And I'm gonna leave you guys with some simple b-rolls, I guess, just of the steering wheel and the car. Obviously it's all dusty, it almost looks abandoned, but it is not. I have almost 15-16 videos recorded and edited. I want to reach 20 videos and then start uploading with a schedule, so it gives you guys something like to follow, I guess. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please consider subscribe, liking, and comment if you have any kind of questions, I don't know, more information needed. And if you are looking to get your own steering wheel, please hit me up on Instagram. I'll be more than glad to offer you a 10% discount if you're coming from a YouTube video. Just mention it and I'll make sure to apply it. Thank you guys, and bye bye.